and then you might have to refresh a couple times.
Hello, people, if you're there. I can't see you yet, but oh, somebody's there. Happy Friday from Charleston.
Different Friday, same problems.
You got it. Waiting for us to show up.
Try one more time. I feel like this is the one. Okay, I lied. One more time.
We're here.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. No.
All right, let me see for a second.
Maybe it doesn't like my finger.
I don't know. YouTube. Grow up, YouTube. We do this every week.
Exactly. Come on. Get with the program.
There we go.
Oh.
I don't know.
The biggest beauty mistake. Oh boy, just what I needed.
You know what? We're going to skip that ad. We don't need to know about any of our beauty mistakes. It's not why we're here. Yep. All right. There you go. There's your brand new mouse.
Wow. I got the best boss. The best boss. She bought me a new mouse.
Yeah, like a month ago. I just found it.
Good job. Good job.
But do you hear my voice? It sounds like me again. I haven't sounded like this all week. My voice has been super hoarse.
I haven't seen you.
No, that is correct. But my voice has been super hoarse from yelling and talking so much. Like, we went out when we were in New Orleans, and you can't hear in bars. And since I'm a senior citizen, and I was like, I need to go to bed. I was like, it's so noisy in here. I got home, and I was like, I don't sound like myself at all. I sound like I have laryngitis, and I don't. So this is the first day that my voice has not sounded crazy. The funny thing is, it sounded really bad the other day, and Lauren and I were we were trying to get our YouTube set up, and her grandma goes, she has a nice voice. And I was like, that's not even what my voice sounds like, but thank you, Grandma Lauren. I was like, I appreciate that. So I'm back. We're back. And guess what? Next Friday, we won't be together again.
No.
We just like to keep you on your toes.
We do. Last retreat of the year.
Yes. Last retreat. And then what do you have to do after that? Or actually, what do you do before that?
Send out the email
Crazy
with
time.
next year's dates, and then spend a whole day, probably 12 hours on the computer trying to fill up 6 retreats.
I will
keep
never
track of who was first and who was second.
I will never envy you for that. Not even for a second.
Yeah.
Nope. So
at this point, I'm like, okay, I need a break from retreats. But then it's like a week of doing that. And then it's like,
but then you'll be done. You'll be done for the summer.
Until October.
Yeah. So, I mean.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, but it is. It's a lot. So, we have lots of things to catch up on today. I mean, you and us, not us. I
don't know.
I mean, you don't know much about what's going on either. I don't know anything.
She doesn't tell me anything anymore. I don't know.
Because I don't see you. So, listen, it's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry about not seeing me. It's totally fine. Yes. So we are 2 ships passing in the night.
Exactly.
And all of you are along for the ride, where Barb probably learns all new stuff today as well.
I might, yeah.
I wrote it all down. I wrote down dates and everything, because I have teaching dates and other dates, and I have new things. I wrote that down.
You have hot dates?
I don't have any hot dates. No. Although Eric and I, we have a monthly date. We try.
Oh, wow.
We try really hard. Some couples do weekly dates. That's great. We don't do that. We live together. We're fine. And I don't travel as much as I used to, so it's good. But we try to have a date a month.
Up again.
I am, but not as much as it used to be. Like that was chaos. So no. And now Eric will be spending a lot more time with me, because we have more personal projects to take on, because I just can't ever do one thing at a time. Mm-mm. The Patreons know. Speaking of, they are renovating upstairs. So if you hear anything, we're fine. It's just they're literally working right above us.
Exactly.
And the rest of the shop is a mess. So I don't want to drag this all out there. So we're going to sit here where it's pretty. Just ignore any noises that you hear. There's only one person working today, so there's no radio or singing. He works very quietly. But it is very noisy.
They just slam a lot.
Yes, they're doing something to the floor. Who knows? Yeah. So anyway, before we get into all of our stuff, there's just something that I want to talk about. I try to get the stuff that's going to come off blah and negative out of the way so that we can just be done with it. And it's really stuff that most of you know. Somebody here, maybe not you, but somebody in the universe is going to get butthurt about it, because somebody always does, but I guess that's my lot in life. I just want to talk about things on the website so that we're all on the same page, even though it's written for you. Because unfortunately, and I'm not pointing fingers or blaming anybody, the world right now is is a small dumpster fire. We are not into full blown, but there's a lot of stuff going on. The economy is bad. Politics get people all crazy. Don't worry, we're not talking about that. We'll never talk about
No.
that here. But everybody's a little edgy right now. Barb and I were just talking literally separate events of people that we have run into that don't seem to be able to get their act together. Right. Can't quite do what they need to do. So I get it. None of us are perfect. We all have our issues. Trust me. All right. So don't be offended by anything that I say. Use it as knowledge because that's all that it is. I am not complaining. I'm just trying to explain some things because unfortunately, as the business owner, I get all the wonderful emails. And I'm using wonderful in quotations. I get your wonderful actual emails. So does Barb sometimes. We get nice notes. Those are always friendly. But I also get all the ones where people are just mad at the world. And I am the one that they are taking it out on. So on the homepage of the website, in very large, bold letters, so large, in fact, that if I made them any bigger, it would be super distracting, is a general overview of our policies. And I just want to make sure that you all know that if you choose not to read it. I do this for our sanity. I do it for you too, but mostly it is for us. If something is out of stock, we don't have it. I can't give it to you. If there's a note that says, for instance, rectangular zipper pulls in silver are not in stock, and you order those, I'm not going to send them to you because I don't have them. I cannot update like 57 different listings. What will happen is it will make it harder for me now and way harder for me in the future. Things go in and out of stock. It's the way that it is. If you order something and we happen to have it, like black cork is out of stock right now, but we had the size that you needed, yes, we will add that in. But just set yourself up for not getting it. If it says back ordered with an expected date, that's when we are expecting to have it. Now, currently, I have cork on the way here. And in that cork order, some things are missing because they were out of one of the base pieces that they needed to print on. The other thing they didn't send me is because they didn't like how it came out. They didn't like the print. So I don't want them to send me garbage cork. I want them to send me nice stuff so that you get the nice stuff. So when I put an estimated date, that is what I'm basing it on based on ship times and what I'm being told. Sometimes that fluctuates. You are always welcome to send me an email and ask me a question. However, we don't need to send me an email and just be rude to be rude. If you're having a bad day, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. We all have bad days. I don't need you to take it out on me when it wasn't my fault. If you want to yell at me for something I did, that's fine. I can deal with that. But when you're just mad, don't be mad at me or anyone else that you're emailing. Just take it down a notch. Just click it down a little bit. So we can't send you things we don't have. You are welcome to place separate orders. If you want to order stuff that's back ordered and order stuff that's in stock, place 2 separate orders. You might be wondering why it matters. And the reason is what happens when we have to split up an order, which is why we don't do that anymore. Barb has to pull what she has, make notes on that order, go and make a photocopy, put it in a different place, hang on to it. It just becomes kind of a cluster and there's more chances that we're going to mess it up because we're human. Still, right? Not robotic, still human. So
no AI here.
If you have your back order and your regular order, we can take this one and put it away. And it has a place. There isn't extra handling. It just gets easier. The other thing too, and I'm asking this from a courtesy standpoint, please do not place an order and then immediately email me and ask me to change the order, add a discount code, any of that kind of stuff. When we have a sale going on and there's a code, you're responsible for putting it in. Can I do it afterwards? Yes, but it's harder than you think and it makes my life much more difficult. It is not my responsibility to do that. Also, if you decide, I want to order an 18 by 27 aqua, and then after you order it, you're like, I actually don't want that. I'd actually rather have royal blue. That just becomes another thing. Please don't do that. Please just check your order, make sure it all looks good, send it. And if you did it wrong, do what I do and say, well, I screwed that one up. I'll have to order again. I'm just asking to be courteous. As our base of customers grows, which I am tremendously grateful for and thankful for every single day, you are the reason why I can do the things that I do. It means that there's more and more people, which means there's more and more that we are dealing with. And Barb does 99% of the shipping. It's a lot of stuff to ask of one person to now be like, hey, there's 5 orders in there that you have to adjust.
Yeah.
And then, and then she has to say, well, this person forgot their discount. Please just be a kind human being. That's really all that I'm asking for. You want to have a conversation with me? That's fine. But we don't need to blast people on social media. We don't need to send the nasty emails. And please stop telling me that I don't communicate with you in your email when the only thing you did was place an order. You placed an order.
That's funny.
I shipped the order. I don't generally send birthday cards and weekly greetings. So I'm not sure what that means.
Oh no.
You haven't communicated with me. I'm like, but about what?
Yeah.
I'm confused. Just say, hey, can I get an update on my order? And I'm like, absolutely. Here's the information. Telling me in a mean way that I haven't communicated with you just confuses me. And I'm confused on an 8 every day. Just that's all. Just read the information. Templates are made to order. Templates are not in stock. No. So you cannot order a template on Monday and have it shipped on Tuesday. It's not going to happen. We've made that clear from the beginning. Sometimes we get behind because it is a process. Soon enough, I will have both of my lasers up and running. One is not running at the moment. I have to do some repairs. Once they are both up and running and things are a little bit more organized in my mental state, we will be good to go. But I make them. Barb takes them home. Sean paints them. Barb brings them back. I have to pay. It's a whole thing. Please just cut me a little bit of slack. And everybody, we are all having a hard time. You're having a hard time. I'm having a hard time. Barb's having a hard time. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit or a lot. Everybody's tense right now. Let's just chill out. Let's just
what Cindy
drink
says?
a coffee. Have a shot if that's what you need.
There you
chill
go.
out.
Cindy says she has business vendors that have big notes that say, get it right or tough luck.
Aside from that, which I'm not disagreeing with you, Cindy, aside from that, I've said it in the nicest way possible because it's really, it's very unfair. Imagine if you went to the grocery store and you got all the way through and you paid your bill, and as you're walking out, you're like, I had a handful of coupons. Does the cashier need to go through and redo all that when it wasn't their issue? Like, that's how I look at it. And notes on orders cannot be replied to. So when you leave a note on an order inquiring about anything, I can't answer you because it's not a response thing. You have to take the time. I know. You have to take the time, open your email, and send a message to me. If you do, I will answer you. The only time I don't answer emails is when you're just rude and there's no question. Even if there's a question, I'll answer the question. But if you're just here to say how much you can't stand me, why would I respond to that? Exactly. I'm like, delete. But other than that, even if I've been asked that same question 9 times a day, I will answer you. I am happy to answer you. Not on Facebook, but on, in an email.
Messenger.
Because a lot of times what the email is pertains to an order. So instead of me getting in the middle of it, when she probably knows better, I send it to her email and then she takes care of it. Instead of me being like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, Barb, here, you have the answer. When you send me a Facebook message, I can't send it to her. Yeah. So, all right, we're done. We're all on the same page. Everybody's kind and wonderful, and that's the way it's going to be. And that is loud. Holy moly, that is loud.
Can you hear the drill in the floor upstairs?
I don't know if they can hear it, if the mics are picking it up, but damn, it's loud upstairs. So anyway.
It's right above us.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it has to be right there.
Is that the kitchen?
It's the kitchen. So anyway.
Just because you want power in the kitchen and floors, I mean, geez.
I'm so selfish.
I know.
So let's talk about dates, because I have dates and I did update the website. And then I have some new stuff for you. So on the homepage of the website, underneath my glaringly large note where I kindly ask you to read, and I even put a smiley face, are dates. And I updated it, not once, but twice.
Wow.
I updated it in the airport, and then it didn't take, and I had to do it again. And that's the annoying part about computers.
Yeah.
I got all done, and my Wi-Fi bleeped out for like a second, and I looked, and it was like, just kidding, start all over. So anyway, first things first, Cleveland. That is the next thing that I will be leaving here to do for my business. So the Cleveland Original Sewing
Expo
Original Sewing and Quilting Expo. Something in those words. I don't know. It's original. That's what I know. I wrote it correctly in the website. That is happening in Cleveland, Ohio at the IX Center. It is April 18th through the 20th. I will be there with my mom, and we will be vending. So we'll have cork and templates and patterns. Original Sewing and Quilt Expo. Got it. In Cleveland. That's the closest I ever get to go for anything. It's an 8-hour drive, but still it's closer than Florida. So I've never done one of this company's shows before. I know that they do like the Lakeland, Florida show, and they do a bunch of other, they have one in Dallas. They have them all over the place, but I've never done one before. So I'm excited. It's something new for us. So if you visited my booth at So Magical or in Florida, basically same thing. We have a 10 by 20. We're going to bring lots of cork. We're going to bring some templates. Maybe I'll throw some kits together, some patterns. If you're attending, stop by and say hi. Please don't avoid me. Please don't look at my booth and walk by, and tell me who you are. Because even if I've met you, I have the worst memory in the entire world. And Nicole said the same thing when we were talking in New Orleans. And I was like, thank God, because I was like, is it me? We're sitting in a room full of people at this retreat. And Nicole's like, who's that? And I was like, I'm so glad that you don't know, because she comes off like she knows everyone's name. She's like, I'm terrible. And I was like, I'm awful. So even if I've met you, please don't be offended. I just have terrible memory. And I'll look at your face and think, I know you, but I don't remember your first name. As soon as you say it, it'll all click. So come see us. I am not teaching. I am just vending, just me and my mom, and that's it. I don't know what to expect, so hopefully it's amazing. The weekend after that, here in our giant mess of a studio, you should see how bad it looks out there.
It looks wonderful.
It looks wonderfully awful. We're having an open house. We're having our spring open house. We've never done one before. So I did call it our first annual. I feel like that means we're going to have another one. I don't know. So instead of waiting until October, come on over now. We've all been cooped up all winter. Let's come hang out. We're going to do the same we normally do. You can buy whatever you want. Barb hangs out. I think Christy's going to come and help us. We will have snacks. Eric will probably be here because he doesn't usually have a choice. There's a lot of things going on. So you can come, you can see stuff in person. You can see it not messy, because I will clean before then. Check out where we make videos and do our YouTube, and just chat and say hi. We have a giant parking lot. Parking is not an issue here. As far as hotels, I don't stay in hotels around here because I live here.
Yeah.
So the one recommendation that I was given by Charlie, and I believe Charlie's a good egg.
Yeah.
Charlie said the Holiday Inn in Johnstown is nice and they have comfortable beds. So throwing that out there for you. That might be a good one to stay at. Otherwise, Saratoga is not that far. It feels like it's far, but it's not. It's a half an hour. And if you want more things to do and more restaurant options and like just more, Saratoga is probably going to give you more experiences. If you like to gamble, they have a casino. Like there's things to do there.
It's a straight shot from here.
It's very easy. That's basically where Barb drives from every day. It's a half an hour. Johnstown is like the next town over, but we're rural. That's such a hard word. Rural. We're
right near a beautiful lake.
In the Adirondacks, yes, but I mean, I don't think anyone wants to go to the lake in April, unless we get a heat wave, which you probably won't. You never know, but we probably won't. We just had a snowstorm last week. There's
had a
things.
foot and a half of snow at my house.
So did we here, not at home.
Yeah,
Home we had more
at my
ice.
house we did.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it was insane.
Don't worry. Generally
It's gone.
speaking, we're done in March and it's sunny out and spring is here. This is what we talked about last time. We have fake spring. We get a snowstorm. It's every single March and then spring is here. It's like Mother Nature's one last way of flipping us the bird. She's like, yeah, spring's not really here. So if you want, there's definitely options around us. The address is on the website. So you can Google my address and find what's close to here. If you stay in Johnstown, if you're just looking for a hotel, something quick and easy, that's fine. If you want to bring family and friends and you want to adventure out, stay in Saratoga. But otherwise, there's plenty of options. I cannot attest to any of the hotels since I haven't slept in them. So please don't blame me if you have a bad hotel. Saratoga has definitely a lot more options because they're a very touristy area, especially once the summer gets going because of the track and everything. So you have options.
Charlie, when we got the quilt show that weekend too.
Yes, and there's also a quilt show Saturday and Sunday, and our open house is Saturday and Sunday. We're
Right.
mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So if you're a quilter and you want to go, I think that quilt show said it was like 7 or 8 miles from here.
Yeah, it's
It's
not
not
far.
far,
Not
at,
far
all. It's Empire Quilt Fest. There's 5 local guilds that get together to put it on. So there's
Mhm.
definitely plenty to do, but we will be here from 10 to 4 Saturday and Sunday doing our thing. We always have snacks and waters and plenty of things to talk about. And depending on how the rest of April goes, we haven't even started it, maybe we'll have some deals. I try to put some things together. Sometimes we have scrap bags. So, it all depends on
It
how it
varies.
goes. It varies from open house to open house. So, and hugs are always welcome. I'm a hugger. So if you just want to come here and hug me, I'm fine with that too.
Aww.
Oh, she's so cute. So, so I'm going to Ohio. I have an open house. Then I am going to Sew Whatever Studio, which is Mormino. So Lauren's business. This is her Sew Whatever Studio. That's her classroom. I am teaching May 4th and 5th. May the 4th be with me and Cinco de
Yeah.
Mayo. That was not intended. It was just the weekend that happened.
That's funny.
I am teaching the Julia right here. You can see it behind my head. And I am teaching the Poppy right here. So you're going to do 2 projects on the industrials. Don't be afraid of the industrials. They're actually not as intimidating as I imagine. I feel like I would have a harder time using your long arm than I would an industrial. The industrials were just like a regular sewing machine, except
really
they're big.
Fast,
They're really fast, but they're speed control.
Yeah.
And they're big but when you look at it, it's because they're built into the table. So that's why they seem massive.
Oh, okay.
They're not. They're nothing to be afraid of. Lauren is there to help out. Kathy is there. Kathy is an amazing human being. You will love her. They are all there to troubleshoot, make sure you're good to go. It's a straight stitch mechanical machine. So, I mean, there's not a lot that you have to worry about with that. Your needle doesn't move left and right. You just increase your stitch length. And if you need a bobbin put in, you don't have to know how to do it. They'll help you out with it. It's not hard to do. They have thread and pre-wound bobbins. They have, somebody's smoking.
Yeah, it's them.
Anyway, it's not
him.
us. I mean,
I know it's him. I know he's
smoking.
You're smoking,
We have
girl.
they
You're
have
smoking.
rulers, rotary cutters, scissors. Like if you're flying there, you don't have to worry about anything. I did just fly to New Orleans and I brought a very small bag in my checked bag. But if you're just doing a carry-on, don't worry about it. Everything, double stick tape, clips, everything you need is there. So you can just show up with your clothes and a snack. And that's all you need because I am making pre-cut kits for everything. And we were talking about this yesterday. Will I make coordinates? Yes. So if you're a matchy person and I make your Julia in red and black, I'll cut a poppy that goes with that red and black. And then we can also mix and match. I always bring extras. I don't have you pick. It just gets too chaotic having people like customize their kits. But I can promise you, you will find something. I don't go super wild. I'm not going to be picking like anything that, only one person in the whole world would want. I try to pick things that would really, match for a lot of people and work for a lot of people. So I'm sorry, that smell is awful. And
Isn't
they're
it terrible?
outside. Ugh.
Because they're probably right outside the door here.
Listen, if you smoke, live your life, but like, please don't do it outside my door. So anyway, I'm not being judgy. I don't care. So that's my glass. If you want a little bit more information on that class and like some other things, Lauren and I did a live yesterday. It's on both of our channels. If you just want to watch that, just to kind of get kind of the gist of what's going on and all that good stuff. Right after that, I'm going to Kentucky to English Sew and Back to my friend Cassie's. You've probably seen her before. She's the cute Southern blonde who is on the channel sometimes when I visit. So I am going to teach the same 2 classes, and we're also going to do a boxy pouch. We're going to do a 3-fer. So if you want to come, I am not doing anything with kits or anything for that. So I just get to show up and teach. I'll probably bring extra cork and all that good stuff. I don't know if Cassie does kits or if you have to cut your own. I'm not 100% sure. But if you go to her website, it should be on there. And if it's not, you can call them. So I'm doing 2 classes in a row.
It's going to be a lonely month here.
I know. Well, technically 4 classes. Yeah, but we're here for the open house. I leave for like a week and a half. I'm not going that far.
But then I'm going.
Oh, but then you're going.
I'm going to Myrtle Beach.
Yes, Bar's going to Myrtle Beach. If anyone wants to join her, what's your brother's address? Tell them.
She's got an extra room.
I bet you he has a lot of extra rooms.
Um,
And then lastly, for the season, we'll end it in June. I have the Alaskan cruise, and we do still have a few spots on that. If you're interested, that is through So Magical. You go to their website to sign up for that and get all those questions answered. I know nothing. I know that I'm teaching, and I know that we stop in a bunch of places in Alaska and Canada. I am not the authority on the Alaskan cruise. Eric and I are going, and that is all I can tell you. Because my job takes him places. His job has never taken me to Alaska. That's all I'm going to say.
no.
Not once.
No.
So that's that.
You're going to love it.
I'm very excited. You know, it's one of those things
You've never been on a cruise either.
I've never been on a cruise. I've never been to Alaska. I've never taught on a cruise. Like, there's just, I don't know. I think it's going to be a pretty fun thing. So, do we have any questions? That was a lot of information.
Oh, no.
All right, good. They're like, no, just shut up.
Oh, yes, I take it back. Are the puppies going with you?
Where are they going? No, they are going nowhere with us until Tennessee.
Oh, there you go.
Because most of this stuff, except the cruise,
Eric
will be home. And when we go on the cruise, my mom will have them. So, and she's a good puppy sitter. They love when grandma comes over. They're very happy about that. So they're good. If you say grandma's coming over, they get very excited. I don't know what happens when I'm not home, but I have my guesses. So yeah, so my mom luckily will stay right at our house. So our dogs are happy and comfortable. And if anyone does anything bad, at least it's my house, not hers. My mom has a 2-story house, and they don't do stairs like at her, because her stairs, like regular stairs, they're fine with. Outside stairs, they're fine with. They don't like steep stairs.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're little.
Yeah.
And her stairs are like this. I swear to God. I have short legs, but they feel real short when I'm trying to like throw them up. I'm like, how do you walk up these stairs every day? Her house is very oddly built. And my dogs look at her stairs and they're like, no, thank you. We don't want to do that. So she stays at my house and they're good to go. And yeah, so that's all of my adventures, minus one because it's a secret, because I like keeping secrets. And as you all know, most of you, I kept my secret from Nicole, and she did not know that I was coming to New Orleans. Let me tell you, what an interesting, I haven't surprised anybody in that way. Like, it's usually like a surprise party. Like, someone's going to get them there. I didn't know where Nicole was for like the first day and a half. So I'm just sitting there going, is she here? Like looking everywhere, trying to figure out. I'm like, she could be in the room next to me for all I know. Like, imagine we just both get in the elevator and I'm like, hey, so Kayla kept trying to get her to come down because she wasn't teaching until the second afternoon or the second morning. So she wasn't around. She was with her husband and enjoying New Orleans and doing that. They love New Orleans. So I'm like, where is she? I was like, how do we get her down here? So Kayla finally was like, hey, we have dinner and drinks in the classroom. Come down. So she said she was coming. So I hid behind this door. There was an attached room that we weren't using. But her and Kayla were right next to the door and we're talking the whole time. And I was like, would you move? So I'm thinking, I'm going to be in here all night. So I left my phone on video and I was just holding it. And I just walked by her like I didn't know who she was. I just kept walking and I went and sat at my table and I put my phone down and I was just sitting there and she goes, Kayla's like, her face was like, she goes, hello? She was like, what are you doing here? And I was like, what are you doing here? She had no clue whatsoever. Kayla knew, Lauren knew, a whole bunch of people knew. Nobody told her. So it was wonderful. She's like, I can't believe you're here. So it was super fun. And I didn't teach, which is weird. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm not used to going to events where I'm not participating on a business level. It's weird. And it's because even prior to this, like I didn't go to a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Like maybe with the guild, I did maybe 2 classes.
Yeah.
Whereas just an attendee, like I've had a business for so long that I'm just used to like, if there's an event and I'm at it, it's because I have to do something.
Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there going, what do I do now? So what do we do? Like, I don't understand. It was weird. And of course, I'm just realizing I forgot to bring my dress and I forgot to bring my wallet. I forgot to put it on today. I had
that was silly.
I know. I'm well aware of that.
I was waiting to see it.
I know. It's cute. It's very cute. It was not hard. It was actually, excuse me, it was easier than I thought it was going to be once I got, once I kind of got into it. Also in a classroom setting, I understand where all of you are coming from because it's very distracting. I'm like waiting for instruction. I'm like, do
Oh,
I go
yeah.
ahead? Do I wait?
Yeah.
We didn't have a pattern for it because like we're getting it later. And I'm like, what do I do now? I'm like, I don't even know how to do this. So like they're telling us what to do. And of course I sew the first seam perfect. Well, serged it. We serged. Second seam, wrong side. Because it was like part of the top. I think it was part of, there was two pieces that made the back because there was a seam and then the front was one piece and we were sewing things together and I sewed here and I was supposed to sew here, but Debbie fixed me. She was very kind about it. She's like, I got it. And she unstitched it for me. She was like, surgeries are hard to unsew. So she was really nice and unsewed it. It still fit even though I took a chunk of it off. I made a dress. I wore the dress. I wore the dress all night. It was very comfortable. What is weird to me, and garment makers, this is a you thing, not a me thing. I love top stitching because that's what we do as bag makers. This neckline isn't top stitched. And I was like, when do we do that? And they're like, we don't because you have to, because it has to be done a certain way because it's knit.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's it? I was like, where's the top stitching? It was very confusing to me because I'm like, oh, it's not a bag.
No,
so
it's not a bag.
It was super fun. Of course, will I make another one? No. Only because it's not because I didn't enjoy it. It's not because it wasn't fun to like make something customized to fit me. I'm not a clothing maker.
Yeah.
So in a class, it was super fun. But like they had all the knits up in the front. They had like you could buy them. And I kept looking and I was like, they're beautiful. But I'm gonna take that home and it's gonna sit in the corner. I'm never gonna use it. Don't buy it. So pretty. So many pretty options. And I was like, I could probably do one shirt. I could probably do one. And I was like, don't, because you're not going to. And you know firsthand.
Yeah.
You made that batik one yet? Remember from Michigan?
No, man, I saw the box with it in it the other day.
And you're like, oh, look at that.
Yeah,
It was super fun. It was fun to learn a new skill, but it just reiterated the fact to me that I don't enjoy making clothing.
Yeah.
Measuring myself, I just
scary, isn't it?
No, I was a little hurt by it. I was like, this feels offensive. Like, I don't want to do this because we get an email that's like, take your measurements. And I was like, no, I don't want to. Can I make it for someone else? I'm like, I don't want to. And then Elaine, who was one of the students sitting in front of me, she's busting out one thing after another. She's like, well, I have the serger and the cover stitch machine. She made a bunch of dresses. She had pants.
Oh
and I was like, I am not on the same page as you. It's like 100%. So yes, I had a tremendous, it was fun. It was super fun. I just can't again. Like my feelings were really hurt having to measure myself. I was like, oh, this is sad. And then I had to send it in. And then one of the girls was like, I don't think you measured yourself right. And I was like, I think you're underestimating the size of my body, but thank you. Thank you. And then it fit. And I was like, I told you. And she was like, it does fit nice. I was like, I know. But I also measured myself with zipper tape. But I couldn't find a soft tape measure anywhere. So I was like, yeah, it works. So yeah. So that's that. So those are my dates. So now we have some new things. Are you ready? I don't even know what time it is. Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
So new thing number 1. It's an extension of an old thing. We have more piping colors. And you might be wondering, why? Why do you have more piping colors? Well, because piping has been one of those thorns in my side that I have never felt comfortable doing, and I want to. I see people post bags with piping, and I'm like, man, that looks good. That looks so spot on and professional. I'm not dumb. I can do this. I write patterns, for crying out loud. I can do this. But every time I'm doing it, I get a little irritated because I want it to look a certain way and I haven't finessed that yet. I'm not good enough at it yet. So is there a video on my channel on using piping?
Buy more colors.
Yeah. So I was like, if I buy more colors, that will make me
how to do it better.
Want to do things, because now I have inventory that needs to be used. And the only way it's going to get sold is if I show people what to do with it.
Exactly.
So don't go looking for a video because there isn't one yet. I have to get comfortable, but I've been playing with it here and there a little bit on straight things. We start straight, then we'll get into curves and all that kind of nonsense. So we have more piping colors. We have raisin.
We don't have entertainment.
Ah, and we have classic rock.
Classic rock. There you go.
It's better than what they were
The
listening
country,
to.
yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not a country music person. I can deal with it for a short period of time. The twangy stuff makes me. Yeah. So we have raisin, we have rose, we have caramel, and we have aqua, and I think they're beautiful. And hopefully, this is just the encouragement that I need to use it more, so I can show you how to use it, and you can be comfortable, and I can be comfortable.
You can use the aqua with it.
I know, and that was not planned. Just kind of happened.
It'd be perfect.
So, side note, there are always so many. I did use a little bit of this on 2 of the tourist tote bag add-on samples. And yes, I know, where's the video? The video is filmed. I have to edit it. But I came home from New Orleans beyond tired. I don't know that I've ever felt this tired in my life. I wake up every morning and I think that I need to take a 17-hour nap. So it's filmed. It just needs to be finished. The pattern is just about done. It will all come out together. I'm aiming for April. I will not give you a date, but I'm aiming for April. The tourist tote bag revised pattern and video are almost ready to go. So these are things that will be heading to the Patreons shortly and then to all of you. So I know a lot of you are waiting. I get comments all the time. I know. And I showed it to you and I knew that it was going to happen. So I did use some of this on the samples. I just use it on the front, so I didn't have to join anything. And I didn't do it on curves. I just use it on the front, and it looked really nice.
Is the piping sold by the yard?
It is. Yes, it is sold by the yard. Dude, 20 more minutes and you can
somebody
make as
wants
much
the
noise.
aqua already.
It's on there. It's on there. It's on the Cork page. Okay.
And Cindy wants to know what dress pattern you used.
It was called the Manhattan dress by Pattern Niche. And you can do, it's like a peplum style. So you can do it as a shirt, as a dress. You can do it sleeveless. You can do it with sleeves. So mine had, these are my favorite kind of sleeves. I guess they're short, but they're like elbow length.
Your elbow length, yeah.
Which I love. I love an elbow length sleeve because I don't like my arms. They're very white and flabelish. So I would just rather cover that.
Flabelicious.
They're flabelicious. As is the rest of my body. So I have those, and I swear, and I don't, again, my memory is as bad as my attention span. I thought I was making a top. I thought I was making the high-low peplum top because I brought these jeans to wear with it. I opened it up and I was like, that's awfully long for a shirt. So either I'm crazy or they cut me a skirt instead of the shirt. I can trim it down. It's not a big deal. I'm just not really good at that. So I'm going to make Allie come over. She makes clothes.
Oh, there you go.
Because I'm not really sure how to do it without making it look horrible. But in my brain, I was like, this is supposed to be a shirt. It's probably me. It generally is. But it's still a cute dress. It's just, I don't wear a lot of dresses anymore. Yeah. I used to, but like, I'm a jeans and sweatshirt kind of person. So the top is what I would like. So I have to trim it. Maybe I'll get it trimmed and I'll wear it again as a top. So I loved it. It was very flattering, but it's a dress that doesn't have pockets.
Oh,
which is like, it makes me crazy. So I'm segueing here. Cork piping is on the Cork page, as is Cork Club. People ask all the time where it is. It's on the Cork page. I don't know. It made the most sense to me. So if you're looking to join Cork Club, you have like 12 more days, I think. You have to sign up by April 10th. Otherwise, you will not be in the April shipment. You will be in the May shipment. So if you want to do Cork Club, if you're renewing your Cork Club, or you just want to join for the first time, whatever you want to do, April 10th is your cutoff because it will be shipped after that. So that's that. And then since we're speaking about Cork and Cork Club, wasn't that good? That was a good transition.
I'll tell you. You really have it down.
I know. Let's look at March Cork Club. So if for some reason you don't have March Cork Club or you haven't opened your package, close your eyes. Here we go. Okay. This one is not new, but it's aqua. Oh.
One of my favorite colors.
Aqua. So what goes with aqua? Our 2 new prints.
Oh.
Delicate blue floral. Isn't she pretty?
It's so pretty.
This is the same, what I call bleached natural, because it's not white. I call it a bleached natural because it's kind of in between. It's the same as the ginkgo leaves. And was there something else? Does the passport have passport? The
Passport,
passport
yeah.
stamps. So it's that same kind of bleached, not natural, not white. And it has aqua. And then the outer petal is almost, it's gray, but it's almost like a
It's a
slight
pinky
tinge
gray.
of pinky purple.
Purple, yeah.
None of our corks go perfectly with that color, but the charcoal looks nice. The charcoal dots look really cute.
Oh,
Aqua, of course, because I try to coordinate. So they got a solid, but they also got a new one and another new one. They
all my
got
favorite
spring
colors.
paisley. It's got pink, it's got yellow, it's got aqua, it's got turquoise, and it's that same background. And I started to make an Alice out of these three.
And where is it?
Well, I started it.
Where is it?
It's over there. All I did was the front, and I stopped because I may or may not have been hungover. Leave it up to your imagination. I was in New Orleans. I stayed out till 3 a.m. You figure it out.
For you? Wow.
I was like, it's 4 o'clock at home. I'm basically ready to wake up
Yeah,
now. I was
exactly.
like, this is insane. So anyway, yeah, I don't recommend
They're
it.
gorgeous. They're gorgeous.
I have gotten more comments. Like, it feels good, but it also is like, ooh, March is my favorite. March has been the best month. Now I'm nervous about April and May and every other month because I'm like, can I top it? April is on its way here. I love it. It's definitely like, I try not to repeat the colors, and obviously I don't repeat the exact things, but January was like dark and moody and red and black. And then February was also kind of dark and moody with like the dark blue. So I'm like, okay, we got to be done with dark. So I went to March and I did something light. So I was like, okay, what's April's vibe? So I'm trying to, I mean, it's fun because we get new corks, but I'm also trying to bring in things we don't have. So April, I think you're going to like April.
We need to hit 200.
200. Oh, we're close.
We're close.
We're very close. So April doesn't look like any of these. April, I think you're going to be happy with April too. So if you're on the fence about signing up, my mom approved of it. My mom can be tough. I was like, what do you think about this? And she was like, I like it. And I made her pick one of them because I was like, I'm on the fence. And she was like, no, that one. So you have mom's approval. Eric actually helped me pick these out. So
those are my favorites.
I'm happy with it too. It's just this now, it sets the bar. It's really difficult because I'm like, oh God, what if I can't beat that? What if I get it? And I'm like, I want to be excited too. And everyone has different tastes, so it's hard.
Exactly.
But I think we did really good on this one. And yes, our new aqua piping
is perfect
matches,
with it.
so you can get some piping.
And actually, the rose.
I mean,
this one.
The rose looks really nice. I'm holding it down. They can't see it. Someone's gonna yell at me. The rose and the aqua, they could use either of those. I mean, look, it's not exact, but like this wouldn't make me match. Yeah. You know, have a little bit of purple. And then I went with the caramel because this is always a good color for us. Yeah. It's a good neutral. So there's that. And last, unless there's any questions, are we good?
Oh, no.
Okay. Okay, good. So we got a new piece of hardware and I am very excited about this. I have reasons that I wanted this. They are not here yet, but
what are you doing?
Oh. So we got double D rings. I'm very excited about these. So we got all the colors. All right. These come in a 4-pack. These are on the bag hardware page. All the colors. Them, huh? They're at least easy to bag. They're actually individually bagged at the moment.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. Somebody was getting overtime that day. So they're double D rings. So this is a strap connector. The difference between this kind of strap connector, I knew I was going to forget something, but I think there's one within reach. Can you? Nope, you can't. Oh, here it is. That one. Hold on. Don't hit me. Come on. Go, gadget arm. Oh my God. Okay. That hurt a little bit. Okay. The difference between this kind of strap connector, the jewels, and this kind of strap connector is that this one is going to attach directly to the front of your bag. This one has a spot for 2 things to attach to it. So if we were putting it on this bag, we would have the handle here and either a tab that would be attached to here or a longer handle. So what you're thinking is, well, could we see it done? Because that would help
Yeah.
us. Yes, you can. So we'll show it before and after. So I have not sewed this on, so I'm being very, very gentle. So here is the before. This is my Liana bag. So there's my rectangles, just attaching the bottom fixed handle to the top. And the after, it would be better if I had sewn it on. It would be much more dramatic, but I ran out of time, is this look. So now we get a little something, but not too much something. Because sometimes you just want a little bit.
Oh, there
you know, rectangle ring isn't quite doing it, but you don't really want to put on anything big. So this kind of gives you a little in between. There it is. So that's how that would look. And if you sewed or riveted it on, it would look even better. So that's the double D ring. They are made for 1-inch handles or 1-inch tabs or whatever you want to use. And I would say that they could substitute rectangle rings because that basically is the same concept. Or they could substitute a different strap anchor. You would just need to kind of put something here.
Yeah.
So on the Kaylee bag, I don't want anything here. So I would just do like a little tab, something small. You can rivet them or sew them. So that is the new little piece of hardware. I was excited about that because we haven't been using a lot of strap anchors in the patterns lately. And I want to like use them again. But sometimes, you know, the icicles are really big, but the jewels are a little bit not my style. I just want something in between. So I thought, why not? And is this new in the bag making world? No, it is not. It has been around, but we haven't had them. And I thought it would be a really fun piece of hardware because it's simple, but there's a lot of different options that you can use it in. So they do come in a 4-pack. They're on the bag hardware page right now. We just have them in the 1-inch. We're kind of trying out some new things. So you can go check them out. And other than that, I think I got everything.
You sure?
No, I'm never sure. But that was all of it. So, do you have any questions?
Very expensive looking.
I think so. I think they kind of add that.
They do. They're not overpowering.
We add those and a little bit of piping, and now all of a sudden our bag is like top notch. You know, I think, and you could also use those on something like the tourist tote bag. You don't have to just use it on a purse. Like you could, if I had them in before I did the video, I wanted to do one on there just to kind of like jazz it up a little bit. But anywhere that you have a 1-inch handle, you can definitely do that. And if you're using a wider handle, you can always make tabs and connect both of them. Like you could make a 1-inch tab and then put a wider handle on, like those guitar strap kind of handles. You know, there's so many options. Don't be limited just by what the pattern says. Like use your imagination and do whatever you want.
Okay. Question.
Yes.
Which pattern is this? One with the paper piecing.
Liana.
I thought
this one. Same one. This is how the pattern is written with the connected handles. That one, which is a great example, I use the icicles, which I think work perfectly with that. Somebody might think they were overpowering because it's a lot on there. Oh. This is not my favorite part when you guys start pointing out bags because it's hard to keep up with all of them.
The drawstring bag with the grommets is the Rue
bag. Is Rue. Yep.
What's the name of the small cork bag you just held up?
this one? This is Kaylee. That's Kaylee.
Okay, I think that's all the bag questions.
Okay. It's very difficult sometimes because the comments are not always when we're talking. And sometimes we get, what's that bag? And I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know.
It's hard. What's the one over your shoulder? I'm like, I have no idea. Which one? So, you know.
Oh, dear. The answer was yes. I guess that was
okay. Well, then we got it. The answer was not no. Okay. Any other questions?
I don't see any.
Okay.
I don't see any. Nope.
Are you mentally prepared for retreats? Can I just say, just in case anybody out there wants to know this, I don't even have preferential treatment. So if any of you out there are like, I'm going to email Barb and tell her that I'm, you know, Monday's not a good day for me because I'm going to the dentist and I'm going to have her put me. Nope, not happening. I don't even know the dates. She won't tell me anything. If I don't get preferential treatment, you don't. So
Nope.
don't send her any of those messages because that's just kind of mean.
It's got to be fair.
Yeah, it has to be fair.
The only way to be fair is everybody gets at the same time.
That is another thing leading back to what we were talking about this morning. Sorry, I have to go there again. It's also about being fair. So if you email me and you're like, I didn't put my discount code in, imagine if 10 more people emailed me to do that. I have to be fair because I'm not one of those people that likes to pick and choose. I'm not going to be like, well, I'll do it for her, but I'm going to tell her no. So just be fair. Just be fair. Don't put people in weird positions. And Lauren and I were talking about this a little bit yesterday in the live that we did, is that we're just as guilty as everybody else from our standpoint as the business owner and also from the customer standpoint. We are human. We do have personal lives. They might not be exciting.
Mm-hmm.
They might not be as, we might not be going on crazy vacations and doing really fun things all the time, but we do have personal lives. She has a toddler. I have dogs. You have children. Like we have things that we have to deal with. Just keep that in mind whenever you're about to hit that send button on one of those an answer that you could find or an email that's kind of rude or a comment that didn't need to be said, like, I don't like how you look. I don't care. Quite frankly, I don't care. There's just treat people the way that you want to be treated. And also remember that I'm petty and I am not the bigger person. And if you open that book and decide to point out my flaws, I will retaliate. I'm sorry. I'm a New Yorker. I have nothing else to say about it. I will not be the bigger person. The next one person that's like, just let it go. I'm like, no.
That would be me.
It's the way that it is. No,
it's not worth the time and effort.
It is though. It is because
that's the difference between you and I.
Because you're a happier human being than I am. It just, we're in a world where people are just so ready to say the mean thing. Say the nice thing.
Exactly.
Say the nice thing.
Yep.
Just take a moment. Like,
exactly.
I'm gonna start. You guys can start today too. Well, that's annoying, but that's all other thing. Purple is a great color on you. I don't think I've ever seen you wear that color before, and I think it looks fantastic on you.
Well, thank you, dear.
And I wanted you to know that.
And I love your stripes. They look
Thank you. Did you feel how soft it is?
Yes, I did.
Don't you want to touch me? So just, and I wasn't saying it just, I was being serious. I've never seen Barb wear that color. I think it looks lovely on her. Say something nice to someone today instead of being mean. That's it. That's all you got to do. Just try it because it is kind of nice. It kind of makes you feel better.
Pat Hale, you've got a thing for our hair, I think. Now she said, before she thought we were getting close in color.
We were.
And now she says, both of your hair looks so nice. Love the colors.
I went a lot darker this time. Because we're trying to get rid of the red, which, oh my God. Getting rid of red is just as bad as getting rid of bangs. My hairdresser tried and she did a really good job the first time, but it was still like, I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh my God, it's still red. She went super dark this time and my hair is also really dirty right now. It's so bad.
It looks good.
I don't care. You're the only ones that can see me and you can't see the back of my head because the back of my head is no one's business.
I can.
It's not my business. I don't care what happens back there.
That's what I always say. I can't see the back, so who cares?
Exactly. So, I will be here next Friday, but I think I'm going to be from home because Eric is taking me on a little trip and he's like, get your bags packed. We're leaving as soon as I get out of work. So
where are you going?
I can't tell you because it's a secret. Also because I don't know. Eric's taking me on a little surprise. So, I will be, listen.
You're going to a car show somewhere.
We're
an auction.
We're going to downtown Albany. So I will be alone here on YouTube. Barb will not be here because she'll be at her retreat, and then hopefully the next week, I think we should be. Here. Well, we have a virtual that next weekend, so we'll figure it out one way or another. You'll see us. You'll see us all the way until I go to Cleveland, and then I will be working. So we're good. If you have questions, email us. Say nice things. I love it. I love a nice. No
Facebook messages.
Facebook is also super confusing and hides the messages.
Well, they get lost. Yeah.
Because you get like a notification and then it's gone, and you're like, am I hallucinating?
I had one the other day, and it still had the little red dot telling me I had a message, and I could not find it. Lovely background noise.
Riding my motorcycle. Oh my gosh. I'm done.
I think we're done.
Because I need to get out of this office.
Oh,
why
dear,
is it
guys.
getting louder?
He's getting closer.
God, what are you doing up there?
He's gonna come right through the floor.
I'm about ready. He's just gonna fall on the table.
Oh God. All right, I will go get us turned off so they don't have to deal with it. No, now they're gonna stop.
Yeah, now it's over. I'm telling you. All right. I'll see you guys next week. I won't have that to listen to, but I'll be at home with my dogs, so we never know how that will go.
And I'll see you in a few weeks.
Yes.
All
Bye.
right. Bye, guys.